We are we're winding down to the end of this class, I believe July 10th or something like that. And you all to go to page 54 on your cognitive 55 on your cognitive processing therapy sheet. And I sent out to you when class first started. If you do not have it, it's also in the Zoom chat. If you do not have it, it is also in the how to get out of your way chat in Line app. Either way, you don't have to look for it. It's there. Page 55. Today is going to be difficult. I'm going to remember last class period. Tracy asked a good question. I had y'all watch a video about the lady that said she was in a masculine role with the menopause and stuff, and that triggered a lot of folk. And Tracy, about what's the point of this? But then when I showed y'all how it all fit, the A through H, we're gonna do the same thing again. I'm gonna pick another video of a woman saying something. And it's not that I'm just picking videos of women saying something. Men just don't talk. It's more videos of women saying something than men don't share their feelings. I will tell you that nobody gets unscathed again. Nobody gets unscathed. We're going to talk about your good days and bad days. And I'm going to eat in front of you too, because I'm working out and it's just skyrocketing my appetite like crazy. It's skyrocketing. The video is positive. It doesn't mean you're not going to be triggered. The video is positive. There are three main questions for today. Tracy, you look good. Look like you just did some push-ups. Three main questions today. Question number one, is it okay for a woman to build a man? I said it just the way I wanted to. All right, you understand? I said it just the way I wanted to. Is it okay for a woman to
I'm gonna
build a
just
man?
answer this for the women. It's not okay for how it's perceived. It's not okay. But continue.
And it's going to be a good day of class today. It's going to be a good day of class.
Can you just elaborate a little bit more on what you mean as in building that man up?
I'm doing it on purpose. I'm doing it on purpose just like that. I'm doing it on purpose just like that. My second question is it okay to financially support a man?
No.
I say yes and no to one and two.
Yeah, it depends on the man.
What's the relationship?
Exactly.
When we're talking,
Are they married?
That does make a difference. So let's that does make a difference.
Yeah, I'm thinking
We're
marriage.
going to say, let's
Actually, marriage doesn't make a difference.
Yes, it does.
So I'm going to keep it more real. This is no condom sex relationship. Okay, that's a line. That's a
line.
That's a hard line. No condom sex relationship, and we use the same bank account relationship.
Oh.
Okay, well, the bank account changed it. The first part didn't really change much, but okay, cool.
But the bank account changed it.
Yeah, it definitely did.
So whether marriage or not, those Susan, that's a whole different. When we share funds, yeah, when you can log in my bank account, well, I mean,
they might as well.
I don't think might as well, right? If you log it into my bank account, we do more than live together. You understand? Because everybody knows that whatever you truly are, your bank statement gonna say it. And we ain't talking about wealth or not. If I got a fetish, it's gonna be in my bank account. You understand? It just is what it is.
I don't know. Building a man or support.
Hold on. I'm going to detail you. I'm going to detail you.
Okay.
You first. You first. And then every second, I'm going to let Jayla go third.
Okay.
And so the first question is it okay to build a man? The second question is it okay to financially support a man? I'm purposely not saying how long, or I'm purposely leaving it vague because I'm attempting for your thoughts to fill in the blanks because we're doing the cognitive process in therapy. I don't want to lean you away, and I don't want to show the video yet. I want you to have your original thoughts first. And know this here. I'm gonna say this to Jerome. Jerome, whatever you think, those are the thoughts you brought to this call. I'm just asking the questions. Okay.
Antonio,
Yes,
like
ma'am.
when you're raising children, if he wants to stay home and be with the kids and she's out doing her career, then
Wow.
I think that's good. If they both want to have a career, then they both need to participate in the child
Susan, you
care.
just said a whole mouthful there. You would split the audience. You would split this liberal audience by saying that alone. You would split this audience for sure. The man
It was the
stays
way it
home and takes
was when, you know, in
during
the
the Industrial
80s,
Revolution. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, in the
Exactly. That's Industrial
90s.
Revolution. Yep.
So, yeah, but now it's different. But, I watch The View
Oh my God.
every day.
You know what? I'm gonna play that clip too.
I
I'm gonna
love
play
those
that
women.
clip too.
I'm
Yeah.
mad at Phil today because I tuned him into a few of them. Now he's watching it and deleting it before I can even watch it. So I was a little cranky with him on that. But anyways, yeah, I think that it should be equal, the way the world is now, because, women have equal careers or better careers. And, I know some men that stay home and the women work. They raise the kids and they love it.
It should be, but it's not.
That's fair. That your comment is fair because society has its own. The court of public opinion is never wrong, even though it's always wrong. It's never wrong. Once the court of public opinion has you guilty, you can't get out of it. You can't get out of it. You just can't get out of it.
I think it's kind of cool these days, and you know, sexy of men to want to do that. I mean, they get a lot of praise, stay-at-home dads.
That's fair. That's fair. I have
Where at?
so we're gonna
I'm not trying to be rude, but I ain't heard that at all.
Move.
Well, and the social settings I've been in,
today.
I see that.
Okay, everybody blames Susan for what I'm about to do. She brought up such a good point. It reminded me of a view link that I sent to Deanna and Grace. So
I'm gonna mute myself.
No, don't.
Oh my goodness. Okay. We got 3 more questions. We got 6 total questions now. Is it okay to build a man? Is it okay to financially support a man? In fact, we'll just leave it at those 2. And then we're going to ask, is it okay for a man to have the same high standards that a woman has?
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
you don't
most
like that. There's
definitely.
no,
That would be nice.
It would be nice. Yeah, but you don't like that. You don't like that.
I
Is it
think
okay?
you're treating us like Gen Zers, and I think the youngest person here is a millennial.
I'm a millennial.
I know, Jalen. Are you a
Hey, don't be
millennial?
taking those shots, shawty.
Yeah,
What?
Jalen's
And
a
I ain't
millennial.
even the youngest. Well,
Yeah.
I might be the youngest in this call right now, but I'm not the youngest in the
But
company.
Gen Zers has messed up the whole dating.
Oh my God, you sound like
So now it's y'all
a
fault.
baby boomer. That's fair though. Okay. Next set of questions. So we got the 2. Is it okay to build a woman? Get ready, Deanna. Is it okay? I mean, is it okay to?
And I'm a millennial. I ain't no Gen Z. So watch yourself.
Okay, then. So why are we arguing?
Is it?
You started it.
Fair enough. Is it okay? Is it okay for a woman? Can a woman, there we go, I got the question now. Can a woman be married and highly successful and highly intelligent?
Yes.
Yes.
Next question.
You got one on the call. Her name is Deanna. What are you saying?
Next
Right.
question.
Thank you.
Does
Susan,
a
what are you trying to say?
We got more than one.
Right.
Duh.
next question.
Ina.
Does a
Mhm.
woman get married if she is highly intelligent and highly successful? Same question, but different.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
She has to see his financial statements and all those things before
As
they
long
get
as he's
married.
properly
So
trained,
then
sure.
let's flip that.
The
If a
two
man,
families want to see, what's going on. If they're at that level, the parents are usually involved,
fair enough. I
come to
mean,
the father and tell me.
I do know this though. I know a man better not ask a woman for her financial statements. I know that much. I know that'll flip this call upside down if I said that out loud. Okay, go ahead, Ina.
Well, it might be that in the relationship you don't really marry, he doesn't really marry, or you don't really marry when you are successful, but thanks to the support and you become successful.
Okay, that's the first set of questions. That's the first set of questions. Is it okay to build a man? Is it okay to financially support a man? Because that's you'll see you match the first video, which
It's
I may
not gonna
play
be
second. I may play
to build
second.
a man. It's not going to be okay for me to say we're in a relationship, and it's not going to be okay for me to give you money and fun, whatever. But it would be okay for you to build me up. And I'm just saying this for society, not my personal views. This is
You're
society.
absolutely correct. You're absolutely. Here's the point that Ebony's proven that if Tracy and Antonio are dating, Tracy is a six-figure person. Antonio is a janitor making $32,000. She better not fall in love with me. She better not date me. And here's the deal: it ain't just gonna be me causing her a problem. No matter how nice I am, her girlfriend's gonna cause her a problem. They gonna tear her up for that.
It's
Flip
always
it.
the single friends too.
Right. I mean, we all know that. Even Susan was like, "Yep, that's gonna happen." Now watch it. Flip
Reminds
it.
me of Daddy's Girl, the movie.
But fair enough. I'm proving that's you're absolutely right. I'm proving what Ebony said. Flip it now. Tracy is the janitor, and I'm the six-figure person. Now it's you better go. That's a good woman you just found, right? It doesn't matter and stuff. Women are expected to date up, and men are expected to date down. That is society. I'm not telling you that it's a view and opinion of this class. I'm just backing up what Ebony said. Okay, I'm just backing up what Ebony said. All right, let's repeat these questions. Is it okay to build a man? Is it okay to financially support a man? Can a woman be married if she's highly successful and intelligent? Does a woman get married if she's highly successful and intelligent? Whew. More questions will flow from this class. Which one do y'all want to start off with? Do you want to start off with the woman's video, or do you want to start off with the man's video?
Woman's.
Let's start off with the
Man,
one that
man.
generated the first set of questions.
First set of questions it is. All right. Deanna, you want to say something though before? It's perfectly fine.
I've been in that situation.
Yes, you have.
And for me, it's okay. It's okay to build a man. It's okay to financially support a man. If there is an agreement between both of you. Hey, I'll do this while you do that. And then once you get it up and flowing, then I'll go do this. Or, okay, look, let's do this together. You do this, I do that. Let's build it
If we flip it, would that be okay? That makes sense. But if we flip it, would that be okay? If let me just flip it real quick. If I'm not saying you're not going to say it, I just want y'all to understand that we have thoughts based on our view. Let's flip it. Deanna said, yes, it's perfectly fine for a woman to take care of men if they have some sort of verbal contract, verbal agreement.
Please forgive me. The only reason I say that is because there was no verbal agreement at first.
No, I get it. I get it. Let me
So,
flip it.
okay.
Is it okay if a man, no, watch this here. Is it okay if a man say, well, I'm gonna take care of you, but we need to have an agreement?
I'm-
Yeah.
I'm-
There was something. I watched the
Yes.
facial reactions. I watched the
I'm-
facial reactions.
I'm already thinking of
that
divorce.
too.
Now
The
you
woman
cooking.
thinks. She's already like,
Okay.
Well, no, because
Okay.
I've been
Okay.
in both situations. I've been
You
the
have.
one
You
who
have.
built the man and financially supported the man, and I've been in a situation where I was the one that was being built and I was the one that was being financially supported. I've been in both situations. The difference is in the second situation, there is a verbal agreement. In the first one, there was not.
I'm assuming I'm the second situation.
Yes.
Okay. What's our verbal
I'm
agreement?
monitoring my words because miniature.
No, fair enough. Fair enough. What's the verbal agreement? I didn't know we had a verbal agreement.
You've said it all the time. You said it on the calls. You said it all the time.
Well, fair enough. Tell me what the verbal agreement is.
You go to school. You focus only on school and your brand. I'll take care of everything else.
Oh, that's the verbal agreement. Okay. My brain says agreement meant something needs to come back. Okay, got it. I got it now. That
It
is
is
most
coming
certainly.
back. Something is coming back.
But that's not in the verbal agreement though. See, my brain said agreement.
Okay. That was in the verbal agreement because school is to build, breed, and mean. And my brand is for me, but the agreement is but you got to do your brand. There are stipulations to this agreement.
Right. It seems just help me out. Our agreement is if you don't take care of you, you're gonna get in trouble. It's basically
exactly.
All right, that's fine. And so I don't have the agreement coming backwards. Makes sense.
Antonio.
Yes, ma'am.
Daily breed.
Even back when Phil and I got together, I was working and making really good money in a career and was saving my money because that's what my dad taught me, to save so much. And, I really didn't have a lot to spend it on because, I lived in this beautiful house that my uncle didn't really make me pay for. So I had that. And when we got together and, started humor consultants, I put my money into whatever needed to be put into. And there have been times through the years where, women sometimes we throw that back in the face when, you're in an argument.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And that,
for sure.
That happens.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's why I would never move in with a woman.
I'm kind of saying that, but that's kind of the reality. Phil was,
That's 100%.
making money with his bank stock and all that, but he was, I don't think, in the saving plan like I was. So I had a little bit, which helped us get started.
Which obviously worked out. So there's a success story. Okay, before I play the video, I want to get Tracy, Deanna, Ebony, and Jalen in that order. Let me just come back to the agreement. The way I was using agreement, I meant both. I mean, I was assuming both ways. Typically, with me, agreements go one way. Typically with me, agreements is that they got to go two ways. Right? I'm gonna do this for you, but then I always say, but then I need you to do this. It doesn't matter. It could be with Phil and Susan, Adonia, Deanna, whatever. And the reason being is because I understand me. Okay, I understand me, and I'm violent. Okay, so when I typically I'm just by nature I'm violent, and when I typically get into agreement with people, I'm saying this because I want y'all to recognize your A, B, C through H. When I typically get in agreement with people, I know that if I tell you, now you do this for me, and you don't do it, I'm gonna fuck you up. Ain't no sense in me even lying about my violent nature. I know this about me. Okay. This is why typically I stay away from that. I stay away from that. And I know I'm young. I got you, Deanna. I know I'm young and I'm saying this, but older people will tell you don't loan out money. If it's somebody in the family, just give it. Don't even put yourself in that situation, because now you're gonna be mad and choking people because just don't put yourself in that situation. And I just don't put myself in that situation. Go ahead, Deanna, and I'm gonna get to Tracy.
Okay, so I just want to clear the air on the agreement that me and Antonio have.
Oh, well, you don't have to, but I get it. But go ahead though.
For people's ABC, page 55.
Now that gives me time to go get my food. So talk long.
Okay. Because I got a message from Jalen, and then I saw Uncle Robbie Rose's face when I made a certain statement. That's not what I meant. I mean, it come with it, but that's not what I meant. But so, Antonio knows I want to be spoiled, and I want to be able to do whatever the hell I want to do when I want to do it, how I want to do it. So our agreement is, hey, I'll spoil you. You a full-time student, don't worry about nothing. Build your brand. All I ask for you to do is just be the wife, like support me, make sure I'm taken care of, things of that nature. And not just be the wife, take care of me, but be that supportive wife. Be the one that says, baby, I'm proud of you. Be the one that says, hey, okay, you got too much on this day. You need to take this time to take a break so you won't burn yourself out. Be the wife that says, hey, okay, look, you grinding, let me just slide a plate of food next to you to make sure that you eat. Hey, it's 3:00 in the morning. You've been grinding since 3:00 yesterday morning. It's time for you to take a break. Hey, you're not feeling too good. Here goes some Tylenol, here goes some yak, but that's our,
I do need some yak.
well, he go your cigar, your yak,
That's cognac, y'all. That's cognac. That's hood for cognac.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's our agreement. I was telling that that I want to be
Well,
spoiled.
you can tell me, but the mere fact that I know I'm always operating integrity, I can walk off and know that whatever she said represents me well, because I don't have to worry about nothing. But go ahead.
So our agreement is you support me. Be the wife that supports me, and I'll be the husband that supports you. That's our agreement.
That's fair. I want a soft place to land.
Exactly. And thank you so much for saying that. Be my safe space. I'll be your provider. That's the agreement we have.
That's all I asked for.
The first time around, that was not it. It was just, hey, just do you, I'll take care of us. Because also I was a different person in that relationship too. I wanted to control everything. I wanted to
run.
You
like that lady that from last week. You was all in your masculine energy.
I was. Like I wore the pants. I made the money. I made.
You demanded to be in masculine energy. You weren't just in it. You demanded to be so.
Because if you ain't gonna show that you got the cojones, I'm gonna have to grow something for the both of us. Okay.
That's fair. You also pick somebody that would let you do that, though.
And that was my.
It's not like you picked a gangster. Just saying.
Another day. But that was my energy. That's what I attracted to myself. And so, but it's also what I was indirectly taught. Make sure you have control over everything, including the person you're with.
You picked the male Karen.
Oh my God. So I was saying all that to say I've been on both sides. I've built a man and financially supported a man. And as Antonio said, but what if it was flipped? Well, I am now living the flipped side of that.
You can do both.
But it's a mutual, this time it's a mutual thing. It's not me demanding, no, you take care of me and I'm just going to sit around here, eat bonbons and watch TV all day. And even then, as you heard him say, that's fine. Like I could literally just not do nothing and he'll say, that's fine.
I just want a soft place to land. I'm at war all day, Jerome. You understand? I need to come home to a soft place, to non-war. You can do what you want. I don't care. You know what you want. She got all the passwords. If I die, she got all the passwords. I ain't worry about her not getting no money. She logged in the bank account more than I do.
That's only because he took me to.
And I don't even know the other bank accounts information.
I don't be trying to log into his bank account. I really don't. But he don't like
know.
it, so I do it.
She had to go through something along Tracy. I forget you about 30 seconds, Tracy. She had to go through something like item by item for like 2 years, Susan. And we was doing something. She had to go item by item for 2 years.
Item by item.
Tell him what you said. Tell her what you said. Do you remember?
Because he was saying something to me. He said it was something about, well, at least you know I ain't cheating. Or he said something to me. He was like, something about being faithful and da da da. I said, oh, I ain't got to worry about that. He was like, why? I said, because I went through your bank statements for 2 years.
Line by line.
Ain't no charge I don't know. Okay.
No ATM charge. I don't even use ATM. I barely trust them.
And that's the other thing. Any man who does not want to be tracked will not charge anything on his credit card. He's going to go to an ATM and pull out cash, or he's going to transfer the money to whoever he's stepping out with and have them do the transactions. I ain't see no transfers. I ain't see no ATM withdrawals. And if it was an ATM withdrawal, I knew what ATM withdrawal was because I made it, because he wanted me to pull out cash for, the tooth fairy. The tooth fairy,
the tooth fairy leave $20 at the house. Tooth fairy leave $20.
Or if I needed to go, take cash to his mom because
our tooth fairy accounts for inflation.
Yeah, so I knew every transfer, I knew every cash app transfer, and it's not because that's the type of person I am. I was doing something for him that was business related. And I had to do it. Did I want to do it? No, because I don't want that. They always say, if you looking for something, you gonna find it.
Ain't bother me.
I don't even want the access to be able to look if the little voice in my head was like, bitch, go check.
Jerome, I found out a long time ago. When you ain't did nothing wrong, you ain't got nothing to worry about.
That's why when he be like, let me use your phone, I give him the whole phone and I be trying to tell him the code, and he be like, I want the code, just open it up. I was like, but you're like, no, I don't want that.
I don't want to know. Look at okay. This time Tracy for 30 seconds. If me and Tracy together, I don't want those in that phone. First off, my confidence sky high. Don't be messing up my confidence. Whatever you got going on your phone can stay there. You hear me? I feel real good right now. I'm gonna keep it that way.
That part.
Thank you for keeping it away from me. I appreciate you. Thank you, baby. Thank you for cheating over there. Thank you so much. Okay, go ahead, Tracy. Messing up my confidence. I'm trying to sleep at night.
You just said so much already between
it's so much
that time, between that time and now. I just was gonna comment on the building up of a man.
It's about to come up.
Well, I was just giving my thoughts of, I think that it's okay because been there, done that, especially if it's a guy that has potential, the word potential, y'all know what I'm saying, and has some types of aspirations, and you can tell that, that they are trying to go somewhere, trying to do something, and they may not be at that point now. Because for some reason, and you might be able to help me with this. That's what I attract, because 90% of the time, like I don't know. I guess, established. I'm old now, older, and
older,
and
you still like, a PYT. You understand?
And it's just kind of like I don't know. Maybe it's what I'm attracting, but a lot of times it is. For me, I'm like, hey, we gonna build this together. You got a dream. If I have the money and you don't have the money, but you have the dream and you have the vision, let's work together to make it come to pass. Cause like, I'm already doing my thing. Hey, I'm gonna help you do your thing. And then we build together. And that's the way I look at it. So that's why I say, I think that it's okay.
I mean, I don't want to tell everybody I agree with you, but I agree with you. You understand?
I 100% agree with you. That's the way it's done, Tracy.
That's the way it's done. So this is a good point. to play this video. And Tracy, I'm gonna have you come right back. You're coming first. Then we're gonna move to Deanna second. Okay, this is perfect timing based on. I need to open up my window a little bit. Perfect timing based on what Tracy just said. Here we go. And I send. But anyway, let me be quiet.
He was sleeping on the floor, and guess. When I first met my husband, I was working my engineering job with my own place while he was sleeping on our mentor's couch with a roommate whose cat used to piss on all of his clothes. And guess what? I used to sleep on that couch that probably had 1,000 asses across it with him. And then when we dated the second time, he had his own studio apartment, but he was sleeping on the floor. And guess what? I slept on that floor with him. And then when he decided to quit his job to build out his credit repair business, I'm the one that financially supported us for 4 months and then put my dreams to the side for a year in order to help him build it. And it was the best investment I've ever made in my life. And before all the traumatized girlies coming here talking about it could never be them, let me put you on game real quick. Instead of looking for a man with money, I was looking for a man who was honest, dedicated, passionate, intense, purpose-driven, selfless, caring, with a big-ass heart and a big-ass dream. And in return, I got the happiest, healthiest marriage that I could ask for and the most perfect husband that I could have never fabricated in my mind. And I decided to stick beside him and support him in whatever he needed because I knew, because of the man that he is, he was going to be successful in whatever he did. And because of my investment, now instead of spending all of his money, I get to spend all of our money. And yes, there's a difference.
I feel like the word of God has just been spoken, but that's my opinion. Don't worry about that. Okay, Susan's clapping. Tracy, let's come back to you. And then, because what we're going to do is, remember, you had your thoughts. We're going to see how they juxtapose, meaning sit by side, with your new thoughts now. And then we're going to go to these comments. And we're going to see
she
how
got a
toxic. For real, huh? For
The
real.
word there
All right.
was trust. She
Don't
trusted
Trust.
him. Yeah.
Trust. And he clearly he had unquestionable character. Clearly.
Yes, that was
She
it.
said it. Yeah,
Because
she listed it.
he had
Then
great
why did they
character.
break up?
She
She
he
said
was a good man.
our second time.
Yes,
Yeah.
all of it. Good
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, fair enough. Go ahead, Ebony.
I said, why did they break up? Because there was a certain section in there where she was like, when we got together
Oh, the second time. Yeah, maybe
So-
who knows? Either way, they together.
She was probably tired of that pissy couch.
Probably tired. But that makes sense though, because me and Deanna dated 3 times before. We did it 3 times, 3 different well, she don't count the first time. I count the first time because I told her she belonged to me. You know, those are my exact words.
Send that. You know what? And this is
I said what I said, Tracy. You
and this
understand?
is when I just shut up and sit back and be like, you know, you're right. You're right. Mm-hmm.
You see what she had, Jerome, huh? I don't care if she was 15. I told her what she was. You understand? I really did. That's a whole conversation for a whole other day, but I really did. I really did. All right. Go ahead, Tracy.
No, that's exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
What everybody was saying, why did they break up? It could have been a lot of things because that's kind of the same situation. Like, and a lot of times, and this is what I've found, and guys, you can tell me if I'm wrong. Sometimes, like some guys that I know, they might feel insecure sometimes when you are taking care of them, or they don't feel like they're doing their part or whatever. And sometimes that can cause a rift, or even if you're saying, I got you, baby, hey, do what you got to do, it's still that man in them that still wants to be that supporter, the provider. But if they're not there yet, sometimes that does cause an issue. Because what she said was they were sleeping, that he was staying with somebody that first time too.
That's right.
And then the next time he had his own studio. And I've met guys too, they're like, if they don't have their own stuff and they don't have at least some place to take their person, they feel a certain way. And that causes problems sometimes too. Yep. Even if, like she said, she was there with him. She was like, I'm sleeping. Man, she was talking and I was like, yeah, been there. Like, for real, sleeping on that. Yes, I understand. So, and then they came back together. Like she said, she feels like this is the best marriage that she's ever had. Thank you for playing this. I need this.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Y'all hear that? Listen, I have so much to say here.
But let me add this to the chat. Guys, men, whatever, they say don't hold a man down because the second he get up, and he forgets about you and everything you did. So while you're there, oh, I was there from day one, holding you down, supporting you, and he's just like, yeah, you were. And
you
he
say
doesn't
men
want.
say that? That sounds like something women say about men. That don't sound like something men say.
Thank you.
Yeah, that don't sound like something men say.
Well, they say don't hold a man down.
So I'm going to assume they is women. That's what I'm going to assume.
And are they single or no?
That does make a difference. And what's going to happen is we're going to see that reflected in these comments. That's why I'm going to show it. So we know.
Oh, can I say something right there?
We got to. That's why.
I just gotta say that is true sometimes. So we can't negate the fact that is true, that there have been guys who have been in relationships when that girl been with them from day one, and then they finally come up and they get their money or whatever, and then they leave them, and it's like, hey.
I'll push it further
a lot of times
for the other side of the crowd. I'll push it further. Then they go get a lead Trace, go get a white woman.
I didn't say you did.
All right, then. Go ahead.
You said not me.
Nah.
Jalen got out his whole seat.
Hey, what
because
Kanye
Tracy?
say?
No, because Tracy loved me the most, but I don't think I can have the success I want with Tracy. I need to go get a white woman.
Wait a minute though, but
wait, hold on. Go ahead, Tracy, continue.
But there is a meme going around here where it says white men get rich and marry a black woman because a woman has their best interest at mind and will protect their interests. And you see a white man with a black wife, and she look like she don't take nothing. She about ready to don't mess with her and what's hers.
Where they at? Where they at? Show me where they at. Where the men
at? Tracy says, I don't mind if you
so it's
don't mind at all.
there is this whole stigma behind.
I could be Serena Williams.
There's this whole stigma behind relationships, but in interracial relationships, and the black man getting the money and leaving the black woman for the white woman, and you have but then you have where you have black women marrying white men, but men are looking for black women for the same reason that black men are going for white women. But at the same time, you have to look at the cultures too, because in a black culture, we are taught, like, not that we are taught, but in the black culture,
go ahead and say it.
If they can't use your comb, don't bring them home.
Well, no, not that. Not even. Got a point.
That's actually cross culture, Ebony. That's actually it was hard for Susan to bring a black man home too. Now, okay, that's cross cultures.
But it's a thing of we are indirectly taught. While yes, we're helping this black man build or whatever, there are times that we fuss, we complain. They would call it nagging. We say hurtful things. We throw back in their faces, and they just don't want to deal with that. So what will they do? I've gotten to this point, and you're still doing all this, and I'm providing for you, and this and this and that and that, but you're still coming at my neck and trying to chop off my balls. I don't want to deal with this. I'd rather go be with another culture that I ain't got to deal with this with. Whereas when it comes to a woman, a black woman and a white man, it's culturally it said a black man doesn't want a white woman that's doing better than him, but a white man will definitely go for a black woman that's intelligent and highly intelligent and successful because they see a partner. It's all in the cultural perceptions of relationships, roles, and all of that. And it sucks because I'm sorry, I'm getting frustrated. It sucks
It's a
because
frustrating topic.
it just all boils down to what we learned in our childhood. If Susan wanted to bring Antonio home and Antonio was successful and Susan was successful, that would be a problem. If
In
I
the 80s, you're damn right it would have been.
if I wanted to bring Phil home and Phil is an entrepreneur, but he's white, that would still be a
ain't
problem because he does not have a steady
ain't
job
no decade that you can bring a white man home in the Black community.
at all.
Ain't no decade.
But then at the same time, you couldn't bring a Black man home in the white community
Yeah.
or a Black woman. It's just,
If Tracy go get with a white man, they're gonna live an independent life somewhere else. You hear me?
absolutely
She is not bringing that white man home to mom.
no.
I can assure you that. I don't mean to speak for you. I've been Black my whole 42 years. Okay.
My mama told me I could bring
Unless it's Paul Wall. Maybe Paul Wall. Bring Paul Wall.
Leave it
You
at
understand? Because he's got a,
Paul
Paul
Wall's
Wall's a little
married.
different. Yeah, he's married to a Black woman.
that.
Okay,
Indeed.
I want to bring out two different things here. I want to talk about the nagging, and I want to talk about the Black-white interracial or whatever. Let's start with the nagging first. It's the easiest, Susan. All women nag because that's what men think. So that's not a problem. Y'all not actually nagging. That's just what men think. Did I draw that up? I'm not saying you actually nag. I'm saying that's what men think. I'm
Hey, question right
blaming
there.
Yeah.
Is there a way to change that perspective?
Absolutely.
Is there a way? Okay.
Absolutely. We just think y'all nag, period. That's not offensive. It's just your voice is too light, too loud, and too much. Just be quiet. That's just men thing. It's not personal. It's to say that you women secretly think men are dumb. You think we're intelligent, but you also think that's why they live shorter than us. So okay, we just got this thing going on. Hey, go ahead, Deanna, because you ready to jump in there.
So Tracy, what I've learned is it's all about, because I taught Don this, not understanding exactly what I was teaching him when I referred to myself. It's all about, and it dawned on me one day, it's all about tone. There's a difference between take the trash out versus, hey baby, do you mind taking the trash out for me? There's a difference between, oh my God, why are you always late? Versus, hey, is everything okay? You got home a little later than normal.
So we would call all that nagging. As a man, as a dude with a penis, I'm gonna tell you, we would call that nagging. Just period. We would call that nagging. I'm giving this to y'all from a testosterone perspective. That is nagging. I don't care if it's your tone, I don't care not. It is nagging. And for this, Susan, there's no problem there. We expect y'all to nag. It's like we even say things like women can't live with them, can't live without them, right? We say all these things. We know this comes with the package. We actually think that's cute. We just won't admit it to y'all. I shouldn't even be telling y'all. I shouldn't even be telling y'all this. I'm acting like Steve Harvey telling y'all our secrets. We actually like that.
And we as women that are in a married relationship, we need to realize that there are women that are going to be coming after or flirting with or doing whatever, and you have to really, really trust them. And with Phil traveling all over and people thinking he's all that when he's on stage, and they don't really know the whole story,
with the white Cadillac
people.
and the
So
white
we've had things like that happen to us that cause major issues through the years at different times.
Oh, sure. There's no doubt about it. You know, I got 42 years of marriage. You know how you get through 42 years of marriage? Just try to forget that it was 42 years of marriage.
Yeah.
Just try to forget.
Not over yet either.
I know, right? I know for sure. So that's nagging. The difference in what Deanna pointed out earlier is, it was in there implicitly, the competing with me is what we really mean nagging is. This is what happens, especially in our community, the Black community. It's when the Black man competes with the Black woman, or or the husband competes. You take it out of the race. The husband competes with the wife competes with the husband, etc. That's no longer nagging. This is grounds for termination. So if you're nagging, yeah, I got you. If you're nagging, different, because nagging is Deanna just got a smart mouth. I understand this. Do you understand? I understand that she got a smart. She just did it to me yesterday. I was like, wait, the address on here, right? It for 15 minutes. She proceeded to tell me how I was wrong, and she sent me documents for 15 minutes. And I kept saying, no, babe, I'm telling you, I'm and she ain't caring nothing about what I was saying. All right. Only to find out she was like, oh, you know what? I'm sorry. That's exactly how she did it. You know what? I'm sorry. Look at her right now. You look at her face.
And you want to know what that was? That was, Deanna, why you fighting a battle that you don't need to fight?
Okay, there you go. So that's
Y'all
what that was.
Y'all doing two different things. He right. So
Two completely different things. Okay, two completely different things. I'm trying to fight a banking issue. She's trying to fight a state of Texas issue. Two different issues. So she just got a smart mouth. None of that's a problem. Okay, I probably shouldn't fight this battle. That's non-competitive. When you realize you lost and you still compete, or you just keep competing, or don't touch my business, this is me, all that stuff, that's a different issue. And that's the difference. And what men do is we call it nagging, but we're not differentiating the two. So it seems like, Tracy, everything you do is nagging, and that's not the case. You having a smart mouth, that's just part of the process. You needing to have the last word, it's just part of the process. You competing with me is not. We know the difference. Even if we can't communicate it, we feel it, we know it. And this is what we call nagging. We never really broke it down. I'm not telling you this, I'm smart. I'm telling you as a man, Noella, we know the difference. You competing with me and you just being Tracy. I can deal with Tracy. Deal with Tracy who's competing with me. Now I start saying stuff like this in my head. Well, damn, if I was going to be with a man, I should have picked a man. Was that too much? Okay.
No, but
but
when you say competing, can you give an example of competing? Because I thought you were saying like, oh, trying to get the last word and stuff like that, but that's not what you're saying. Like, what does that look like? Because like you said, if you want to be with a man, you be with a man. Like, is it being too mass? Or can you clarify?
I'll bring up an example here with me and Deanna that she's gonna hate that I brought up. Cozy Corner Publishing is a great example of this. Is that accurate, Deanna? Is that accurate?
That is, but I figured out what it was. It wasn't a competing thing.
Okay, for you it wasn't. That don't mean it didn't come over here that way. Okay, go ahead.
So, do y'all remember when I told y'all when you learn love languages, you understand what people? Yes. So, Cozy Corner was him saying, "Let me love you," and I was saying, "Fuck your love, don't do that."
Pretty much. I would call that competition immediately, but keep going.
Because in my head, I'm like, let me build this how you taught me how to build.
That is also competition.
My perception, okay, see, and I didn't know that for him, that's considered competition. For me, it was like,
hold on. Sorry. It's not what you're doing, because right now it seems like I'm tripping. It's that you did it violently. No, you did it violently.
I was extremely violent.
You were violent with it.
I was very violent.
It takes on a whole. She was just violent. She left the whole company. She left the company for like 6 months. So, that's a fact.
Where are my books?
Yeah.
Still waiting.
Right. So you get it now.
But I give her a lot of credit for stepping out and doing that. It was not anything in particular that she already knew.
She did it good. She did it in a very great way, and it's not.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything negative. but I'm sure that's what's going to be said about it. But I'm not saying anything
No,
negative.
no,
I'm bringing up a
because
good example.
behind the closed doors, it was violent as hell.
It was violent. It was absolutely violent.
It was like blow for blow without a physical punch. I
But
mean,
for
I
what
was
she's
going in.
saying, that was her thing. Here's what actually happened. Now, she gets to disagree, but it doesn't stop. This is what actually happened. This is what was perceived. This is, remember I make I do that thing, what does it feel like to stand on the other side of me? Okay, this is what it was. I don't even know if I ever told her this. She had something to prove, and she needed to prove it to herself. And therefore, in order to prove it to herself, she had to kill anything that would let her do that.
You're absolutely right.
And that is the competition, Tracy. The whole, here we are.
You can't help
together.
me because I can't prove that I can do it by myself. So you helping me.
That is
prove that I
absolute
can do it
competition.
by myself. So get the hell away from me. Let me do it.
So let's take it out of
That
me
was
and
the
Deanna.
violent part, Uncle Romeo.
No, that's exactly.
That was the
Tracy,
violent part.
It's not. So it would seem like I should say, well, if I can help. That's not what was said. That's not what was attempted. But if you're casually listening, you're going to hear us say, well, I wanted to help. I didn't want to help. And you can't. And I brought in $20,000 immediate dollars and said, this all yours. Just to be clear, this is all yours. So it's not like I couldn't help, and it ain't like I didn't help, because I did help.
I didn't
And
want
and she's saying I didn't want it. Right there. That's competition. That I didn't want it is competition. And the two, forget man or woman, just flip it. If Tracy tries to do something, I go, I don't want that. I don't want it. I don't want this from you. Then automatically Tracy has no value. Y'all don't perceive it that way because you're only thinking about it from a woman's perspective. You never flip it. It's so easy to understand when you flip the tables. The moment I keep telling Tracy, I don't want it. I don't do that. I don't want you to do that. Tracy's like, so I'm just sexting, is what you're telling me to do. That's a very fair assessment. It's a very fair assessment.
I just want to.
Because the only time I tell her yes is during sex.
I'm so sorry for interrupting you.
No, you good.
I apologize for strongly competing.
Oh, it was violent. You were violent.
Yeah. Now that I've heard your side of it, because he's never told me this, but now that I've heard it, damn, I am so sorry.
It's a great example. It's a great example. Okay.
So very sorry. Because I mean, I put my whole foot in that. Like,
I don't want it. So what can I do? Nothing. What do you want me to do? Nothing. There was nothing I could do. So I had no purpose. It's not that I was asking, man, I sure hope y'all hear this. It's not that I wanted to do something. This was not about me wanting to help. This is about, there's a catch-22. If I don't help, I'm a sorry man. If I do help, we get into a violent argument. Well, she argues by herself. I don't argue. There's nothing I can do.
I hear these words though. No, I'm just
there's not, you get it? There's nothing that I can do, because if I let Tracy go at this alone, then what she need me for? Because as Susan wisely said, there's somebody out there going, hey, Tracy, I'll help you. There's a man out there trying to help Tracy. I'll help you.
Or vice versa. There's a woman out there saying, hey, I'll take your help over here.
There you go. And that's what Susan said. Susan was like, it's always a woman out there, right? When Phil was on stage and stuff. So y'all get it? So the competition came in. That is 100%. Jada said this feels true for me. That's 100% competition. She did not want me anywhere. But when you don't want your significant other anywhere, you're saying also be nowhere. That's
sorry. Like, no, for real. My heart is hurting over here as you are saying the stuff's in here. Like, damn, I genuinely, I am so sorry.
I appreciate you.
Deanna,
The good thing is,
Deanna, he got big shoulders. he gonna be all right.
I'm gonna be all right. I mean,
If he needs you, he can rest on my shoulder. He got big shoulders. He can handle it.
Fair enough. And I know some of you, I'm not even looking. I know some of you ladies, I know some of you men and some opposing viewpoints of like, but that don't mean that she said go nowhere. That's not what I'm saying. I know those were the words, but you need to put the words in the proper context. Don't just take the content. I'm not saying that because she didn't want me here, she didn't want me nowhere. Here was her whole life. All she did was Cozy Corner Publishing. It took up 95% of her waking life. In that context, there's nothing I can do. I'm not allowed nowhere. Nowhere. Now it makes complete sense. And when everything went bad, they don't like blame her, they blame me. they blame me. When everything went bad, blame me.
God. And I hate
Yes.
that so much. And because that was one of the reasons why I was like, no, I don't want you over here, because I didn't want anybody to associate what I was doing with him. So if I did, if I failed, it was my failure. If I succeeded, it was my success.
Fair
But
enough.
it still fell down too. But now
That's never gonna happen though.
Yeah,
that's never gonna happen. That's never gonna happen. Like, this is never gonna happen because you're not in charge. I am. So that's never gonna happen. It's always gonna be my fault. And if I sin to a third party, it's always gonna be my fault. It's never gonna be. I'm still getting blamed for stuff that Michael Tate did. Like, it's always gonna be my fault. Okay. Always gonna be my fault. Here's the root of it. The competition came in that think about this for a second. I never said she was wrong. That's not what I said, Susan. I said she had something to prove. This was the root of the competition. Since she had something to prove, she felt a way about herself. And anytime Mr. Antonio, came in the privacy where nobody could see, the only thing was, let me violently get rid of him. That is the definition of competition. There is no other definition of competition. Competition says one of us will win. There is no eighth place trophies. Somebody is getting first place. The rest of you all are losers. And you're gonna see it right now. Y'all gonna see it right now during the Olympics. This is Olympic year. Thank God for it. I love the Olympics. You're gonna see it in 2 weeks. You're absolutely going to see it. You're going to see fat people on their couch who can't even play with their children. They're going to be upset and offended, Susan, that somebody in America is crying on the podium because they got second place. And they're
Look at how they did Sha'Carri Richardson last year. They did Simone Biles. Simone Biles had the twisties, something I didn't even hear of before. And they called her a quitter and a loser, the greatest Olympian of all time, gymnast of all time. People who can't even twist a bottle top off without their carpal tunnel going crazy, they genuinely get mad at this lady for not twisting 12 feet in the air. You're going to see it. I'm telling you right now, I said it here first. You're going to see that people are going to be very upset. How dare they embarrass America for getting third? They should be happy that they medaled. No, that's a loser. Period. Yes, it's a Browns trophy. Yes, it's a win. It's not, because Susan didn't practice for 4 years to get third. She was never in her visualization process going, okay, third place it is. Third place it is. No. Nobody does that. I'm gonna be Phil's third wife. I'm gonna be Phil's third wife. Nobody does that. Nobody does that. There's no numb your whole renge kill about this stuff. That's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. So when you are in yourself, so I got something to prove, then 100% you're now in competition, and it pours off in your relationship. Am I telling Tracy she shouldn't have something to prove? That's a debate that I don't even want to get into. What I will tell Tracy that I fully want to stand by is prove it with your man. That I stand by. Prove it with your man. If you got something to prove and you don't want him in it, just say, hey, all I need you to listen to who remembers what I told? The only thing I wouldn't even know my headphones. I came back and I said, oh yeah, I just want this.
Be my safe space.
So, Grace, you wouldn't even hear. Would you hear? Was you on the phone?
I was on the phone.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I just soft place is what I said, but she translated in a safe place. I don't need him to do nothing. But when I finish swinging against the banks and stuff, Susan, I need to lean back on something soft. That's it.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. So let me just say this. So
that's great for you, but she wants more. She wants that and her own identity.
We worked it out. That's what she has now.
I'm just talking in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I was about to say. And in return, I learned how to. I never leaned on anybody. So in return, when he helped me, when he put into words what my thought process was, which was, no, let me build, but just be that be that strength that I need. Basically, I asked him to be the same thing that he asked me to be.
That's what I was just telling Tracy. If you want me out your business, Tracy, just tell me when you finish. Give you some kudos, but you're still doing it with me. I'm still involved somewhere. I'm your cheerleader.
That part. Because I can't cheer myself on, because y'all know that the little voice in your head, the little loose in your head get to talking and be like, you can do that. Why you even trying? And then here come this big boisterous baritone voice. Nah, you got this, baby. Come on. Don't let that little loser get to you. You got this. Come on. I'm proud of you. Let's do this. Like that. And I didn't understand at first. He literally had to tell me what I was feeling. He put to words my emotions behind it, because I didn't know how to verbalize it. The only way I knew was to violently say, leave me the hell alone. That's the only way I knew how to do it.
And that is what we leave.
Yeah. Not understanding that I was competing with him. I did man, when I come in,
leave that. That's not nagging.
Yeah.
That's not nagging. That's something different. Okay, Tracy, before you lose your thought, go ahead.
Well, that's right there. What if it's vice versa? Like she's saying she told you to leave her the hell alone. Well, because she was trying to do it. When it's in reverse. So like, let's say when you trying to, or guys, make it general.
No,
and then they're like, okay, because you said like you swinging for trying to get stuff, but what if you have somebody that's trying to help you swing and you like, I don't want your help, and they're like, well, hey, what do you do then? Because do you just try to do it on your own and you just say, hey, just sit over there and just when I need you, be there?
So I feel very comfortable answering me only. Okay, so I'm gonna just say what I do. I feel very comfortable answering this with what I do, what me and Deanna do, and how we got here, if that's okay with you. I know part of the question was, what should y'all do? That question was so full of landmines. I don't really want to tell y'all how to step across landmines. I'll tell you how I step across mine. Is that okay? All right. And then we'll see if it has application to y'all. I think Deanna just told Ina you're gonna have to help me out here, Deanna. She just said the best thing that you did was step away or something.
I will say it proudly. The best thing I did was get the hell out of the company so he can move forward without me, because I was holding him back. He has done more from January to June without my influence than he has since he started ATS Business University like 9 years ago. Like he's done more in 6 months than he has in like 9 years.
All right, so y'all heard that, right? I'm sure some of y'all offended, but y'all heard that. She does nothing in the company. Now watch this here. Now, Deanna, how much do you do for your husband? that's
Everything.
company related?
Everything.
Okay. We got to rewind. Listen to what she said. She does nothing for the company, has no role, and there's a reason why we'll come back to it. It was her choice. It wasn't my choice. It was her choice. It was her choice. This was her choice, her actions, etc. Of course, the harvest says, "Thank God you out my damn way." Okay, because I had to start telling her something that will come. Grace, remind me to come back to. I really need you to say this right now. Just put that in the chat for me, please. Remind me to come back to that. But so Donna does absolutely nothing, Tracy. However, but for your husband, company related, Deanna, how much do you do?
Everything.
Here's the deal. She had to separate it from company to spouse.
Because
This
if I'm
was
a
her
company
blessing.
employee and I didn't want to, for me to be an employee meant I'm obligated.
Yeah.
But and I don't want to be obligated. But for my husband, I'm doing any damn thing. What you need?
Okay. Time
Look,
to
I didn't
blank
go.
out.
Antonio,
We are talking right now. Go ahead, Jerome.
Antonio,
Yes, sir.
Antonio, regardless of what ended up happening, like what's going on right now, it took a collaborative effort between Deanna and Antonio to make that take place and to happen. It had to be collaborative. And both of you figured out what it took to get it to where it is now. Because remember, I was here during that time. And I told Deanna, I said, I'm pissed off at both of y'all. Because first off, how in the hell y'all get married? And I ain't know nothing about it. I don't miss a damn thing. Okay.
That sounds like something Antonio would do.
Yeah. And then the issue with the books, right? I'm about to go to you about Deanna with the damn books, and God say, no, you're not. And I'm sitting there going, but I need to get my, he said, I'm working on her. I'm like, wait a minute, you working on her. What about my damn books? And here's the other thing I just learned. You didn't throw her under the bus.
Absolutely fuck not. No. Absolutely.
You two had to come together in such a way to figure out what was needed for her to get what she needed and for you to have what you needed.
Well,
it took this.
True to connoting from Phil and Susan, it was actually all my fault. I had no idea. It was actually all my fault. What's up, Don? It was actually all my fault. Tracy, right now, the first part to answer your question is we had to put her in a place that was all her choosing, all her free will. It's the first thing. Right? Remember Tracy's question then, how do we, how do, because I'm not telling her don't do nothing. She could do what she want, but I wasn't communicating that properly. So the first thing is we had to put her in a place that she put herself, because she's an alpha woman. If I put her there,
you ain't gonna tell me what to do.
All right, then. Thank you so much, Tracy, for agreeing with that. I appreciate you. Understand? That's the first thing we had to handle, Grace. She needed to put herself in there, even though I was like, it's a good spot over there. Fuck that. Don't tell me what a good spot is. I go there when I feel like it. You understand? All right, just so we clear.
I said what I said.
Alpha woman. Is there another alpha woman on the call that know what I'm talking about? They go, don't you tell me where to go. All right, there you go, Tracy. Okay, so she chose herself. Here's what happened. I kept saying something on the calls and et cetera, and I'm very adamant about it, that I didn't know it's a miscommunication. It was all my fault. I kept saying I can't be with a woman I can't build with. She thought that meant BCOO.
The stress and the drama I caused this man from that phrase right there.
I never knew, and it was years. I never knew. No, go ahead and elaborate on the stress.
I remember,
because this is good. This is good.
We were doing it wasn't even an Ascension conference. Damali came down and Damali was talking, and something she said just free something. She said something, and Antonio responded to her, and it freed my whole soul, because I felt so stressed, because what he
I'm gonna share the screen while you're talking, just so they can know what we're actually doing. Everything that frustrates her goes right here.
Oh yeah, they were stuck points.
Every single thing that frustrates her goes here. Okay, and then she felt the way, and then is evidence for y'all get it. Every single thing that y'all disagree with goes here, and then we walk through these points. Keep going, Deanna. While you talking, I'm a point over here.
Okay, so when he said, "I can't be with a woman I can't build with," in
That's
my
the
head,
action.
that meant I had to be a part of the company.
That's the emotion.
But I didn't want to be a part of the company. I wanted to support him. I wanted to be the greatest support system ever. So what I was doing was, and it weighed a lot on me because
Jumping to conclusions is what she did.
so, but I had all of these, like I had responsibilities to the company, but I didn't want the responsibility. So shit was falling to the wayside because I spent the majority of the day fighting just to do one task. And so I was like I would, you know how you, when you want to do something, like you say, okay, well, let me just do this and to build myself up. You just end up doing that all day because every time you think about going back to, you be like, okay, now let me just keep doing this until I'm ready. Yeah, I was doing all that stuff.
They can relate. Some of them get tired before they even start a task. They think about the task and get tired.
I got tired before I started the task. And so he said, I can't remember what he said, but I remember I started crying. And he looked at me, he said, "That's how you've been feeling all these years?" I was like, yeah, because this is what I
My
thought.
fault.
But mind y'all, I never communicated either.
So we gotta go back to she never communicated her frustrations.
I never communicated my
she took
frustrations.
out her frustrations.
I took out my frustration. That was.
Was there any evidence for that I needed you to be whatever the hell you thought in the company doing this 9 to 5, 8? Was there any evidence for?
Well, no, because we never had a conversation.
Exactly. There was
So
nothing but
never
evidence
actually
against it.
knew what that looked like. I just assumed that meant that I had to be COO or that I had to be this or that I had to be that or I had to take on responsibilities. But when we actually talked about it, that's when it was no, you don't
Because I don't care. Everybody here knows Antonio doesn't care.
no.
There's nothing that y'all can, there's nobody here that genuinely thinks I care how you're going to respond to me or I care about what you're doing and thinking. I don't. I 100% don't. I care about how you're going to respond to me if it's my fault. But outside of that, that's your free will. Run it. I don't care what this girl do.
We don't.
I'm so simple. I don't care if it's hot dogs or a whole salad. Just thank you for thinking of me. I don't care.
And
I don't care one bit. You don't come from where I come from and then care about stuff like that. So now, understanding that, here's the significant silent answer. Tracy. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, one more thing. So that's why I told Grace to come back to this. So now what I do, Tracy, is I tell her, no, I really need you to tell me right now. I need to hear it out your mouth. Go ahead and finish it for me. Just whatever I would say.
I have to hear it out your mouth that I can move forward with this without you.
Without your permission.
Yeah, without your permission, whatever that looks like. And
I need to hear you say it.
First, because I understand it now, I'd be like, yeah, go ahead. He'd be like, no.
Nope. I need to hear the words.
I need you to slow it down and say it slower so I could hear the words. And I'd be like, and sometimes I say it with a little smart ass tone, Uncle Romy wrong.
I don't care.
You don't care.
I get the words.
Yes. I'd be like, yes, Antonio, you can do it without me. You can do it without, you have my full permission.
I expect the alpha woman to be sassy. You understand? I don't care nothing about that. That don't bother me one bit, Grace. As long as you said it. I'm going to explain this. I'm going to answer Tracy's question in full. And Grace, I want you to write down every word that I say. Not right now, though. I'll tell you when to write. So now I tell her, Tracy, I said, listen. Because I know you're going to hold me back. Because what I do is, Susan, since I value harmony over everything and karma, I have to now participate with you in my garden. So now I got to move at your speed and I have to do this. So now I need you to say,
you ain't doing
I need you to say, you can do whatever you want to do. And I'm saying you're moving out the way. Yes. And I need to hear it. I am moving out the way because now that I know what you want and what does Deanna want? She wants total freedom and total control. All that other stuff she talking about, she lying. It's peripheral. It's completely peripheral. If she, I want my own brand. I want my own brand. Nope, that's not it, Susan. She wants freedom and she wants control.
He's supposed to know me like that.
Okay. That's all that other stuff. I know I ain't supposed to be saying this out loud, but she wants
Sounds
freedom.
good to me.
There you go. 100% freedom, 100% control. You got an amen from Susan, which means we are right. Okay, we are absolutely right.
We went through all those things.
Exactly.
Many different times.
Many different times.
Well, get somebody working in the office and, that's what's nice about working from home. You don't have to deal with those.
Right.
Even if you have people working with you, they're not physically there.
Right. Absolutely. So Tracy, now that I understand she wants 100% freedom and she wants 100% control, now I go, all right, so I need you to tell me right now that you don't care what I do. You can move out the way because that's your decision and you get your total control. And she say, yep, boom, now I can do what do I do. So here's the answer to Tracy's question. One of us has to let stuff go before it even starts. And she ain't good at that. Tracy said me either.
Better. It's not desired results, but I'm getting better.
I'm not even trying to dish you.
I know you're not.
I'm only answering her question. And when she said me too, me, right? Me either, I ain't good at that. I'm resignated. I brought it full circle. I had to explain it for everybody else, but she gets it now. She now knows she's getting value from her question. The way that me and her work together, and can she do too much one day? Sure she can, because she got 100% control. She can do what the fuck she wants. Excuse the F-bomb, and that was unnecessary. Sometimes necessary. That one was unnecessary, but she can do what she wants. You know what I'm saying? She can do what she wants. Can she not do anything for 5 months? I don't care. It's both, Tracy. She has no place. I need you to get she has no place. And the moment I try to put her in a place, I done messed up. We figure out how to put her in her place by me never thinking she got a place and her going, I'm over here today. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, you are.
You know what? I don't know how to feel about this.
48 laws of power. You hear me? You hear me? 48 laws of power. So the clear, concise answer to Tracy's question. What about this? And what about how do we feel about I don't have no feelings. She got 100% control and it works every time. And the only reason it works is because when I do it, I'm not offended, Tracy. Because I'm not being fake. It's just a battle. I don't want nothing to do with it. I can't fight my wife and fight poverty at the same time.
But I can't fight him and fight poverty. I can't fight him and expect him to fight poverty at the same time.
I can't do it. You hear me, Grace? It's too much money out here to be fighting. So Tracy and me and you together, you're an alpha woman. The number one thing I'm gonna do is make sure you stay an alpha woman. And I'm gonna make sure loudly I support thine alpha womanness. Cause it ain't like you gonna change. You've been there 40-something years. Now all of a sudden I'm trying to make you a beta. No, I'm gonna pull your beta out by my submissive behavior to your alpha. Did you see it? I'm gonna pull Tracy beta out. Tracy gonna be soft, only with me, only at home. And she gonna put the keys in the door and put back on Tracy as soon as she walk outside. And I'm not gonna demand it. I just know that If I try to do it any other way, you ain't gonna listen anyway. And one of us gotta let stuff fall off our back. Grace, read that comment in a girl's voice, if you don't mind, that she just put out there. Your
Sir,
hair looks nice, by the way, too.
thank you.
Yes.
Sir, I don't know how to feel about this. You tell us your secrets.
It's okay, because I'm still gonna run my secrets. I got plenty more. I'm still gonna run my secrets. But you muted now.
I didn't know. So like you tell it, and I'm learning how this has been going. And I don't know. I don't know if I should feel happy, if I should feel offended, if I should feel like what the hell.
Deanna,
But
Deanna,
I'm loving it all.
Deanna, that's
Yes.
what real men do.
That's you got doggone right, Jerome.
Look, Uncle
So
Jerome.
here's the answer to
You're
Deanna's question.
blessed, Deanna. You're totally
I am,
blessed.
because I have
Blessed.
experienced the opposite, and I am grateful.
Tracy, here's the answer to Deanna's question.
And so is Antonio.
Well, amen. For Deanna, I'm supposed to tell her you changed because you wanted to, and I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. That ain't the truth. To y'all, privately, I'll say she changed because I influenced her to change and just took all the hits that come with that. That's what happened. Makes sense though, because First Peter 3rd chapter verses 1-7 says that. It does say, now Tracy, you's a wife.
Did you go to the word? Wait a minute.
Tracy, you's a wife. You're beautiful. Let me tell you something. Just be silent. Let your husband do what your husband want to do. As a matter of fact, if you want to change him with your beauty. Change him with your character. I dare you. Grace, put it up on the screen just so they know I ain't
Show
playing.
the hell right, because I don't know the verses in the books, but I know it exists.
If he want to be a knucklehead, let him be a knucklehead. You just keep doing what you're doing, and at some point he gonna see the light in you, and then you gonna change him. In verse 7, and likewise, husbands, do the same thing I just said Tracy do, or your prayers will be hindered. Grace, pull it up just so they can make sure I went outside the word of God.
This is how
somebody make me host.
Okay.
Be co-host.
Oh, that's you, Deanna.
And this is how you explained it. Hold on. I just lost Grace. Hold on. Wait. Hold on.
So while she's doing that, Tracy and everybody listening, one of y'all gotta let stuff go. One of y'all have to do the A through H sheet so quickly that you're just not taking it offensive. Likewise, wives. We're gonna flip this, y'all. We're gonna make wives husbands, okay? Likewise, Antonio, be subject to Deanna, so that even if she don't obey the word, that it may be won by the word of your conduct, husband. When Deanna see you being respectful and pure in conduct, don't let all these outside problems, Antonio, and if your beard is shaved and all that stuff going on. Listen, that's just clothes that you wear. But Antonio, Deanna need to see you adorning the hidden person of your heart with imperishable character and a gentle, quiet spirit, Antonio, which in God's sight is very precious, Antonio. For this is how holy husbands work, Antonio. We hope in God and adorn himself that these husbands will submit to their wives, just the same way that Sarah submitted to Abraham, by Sarah calling her husband the Lord. Antonio, call your wife the Lord, and you and your children, and do not do anything. And don't fear about this. And what you're going to get back is not frightening. Likewise, Deanna Marie, live with your Antonio in understanding way. Show honor to him as the weaker vessel, since he's an heir with you, and the grace of life, so that your prayers are not hindered. Stop it, Grace. Now, see, we hate that verse so much. until I turned it around and said, men, you need to do this.
Exactly.
That's why she.
I would read all that and think I would have to be a certain way, but yet here we are, entrepreneurs, and doing so is very confusing for me. And I really didn't have anybody to talk to about it, then it wasn't something you verbalized.
And it's very hard. It's very hard to be a boss like Susan and then go into the kitchen area and submit to your husband. It's very hard. That is difficult. How dare me tell Tracy, all right, Tracy, now when you get to school, you educated, you're one of the most educated people on the planet. If you got a bachelor's degree, you're one of the most educated people to ever exist in mankind. You're a whole boss. Tracy basically has her class with 500 students as she's CEO her class. And now all of a sudden, when she get home, shut up and come back down to 1950 and listen to me. Now, wait a minute now. I was in 2024 all day. Now you want me to put on a corset and do all this crazy stuff. That's difficult. It is difficult. It is difficult for the demands of women. And women are so smart, so bosses, so everything. And then all of a sudden, got to come back down, which I just perfectly segmented video 2, which is going to cause.
And the kids see you that way then
absolutely.
Too. They see you that way and think the man is the hero and you're just, making dinners and running everywhere and doing everything all day and trying to work.
It's a difficult life for women. I admit that first, Tracy. I'm under no circumstances am I trying to tell you it's gonna be easy. What I am saying, and I'm for to play this video, not for like the second video. What I am saying is though, Tracy, I or you, one of y'all, if you can't do this in your relationship, you need to pick someone who is. One of y'all have to do it. See, when I submit to Deanna, it's not a problem for me. I'm not saying I'm a good person. I'm saying I didn't challenge these thoughts so quick in my head, MP. I don't give a damn. Who know what I'm talking about when y'all do the right thing, but then you feel like a punk when you do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I should have. Come on now, okay? I see both y'all raise your heads. Like, man, I should have. You do the right thing and you get mad and you lose sleep. And it bothers you, so you wait for the next time to finally go off, and you bring that up, and you bring what up, and you bring up what you've been thinking the whole time. I don't do that. There's nothing about me that's doing that. Ebony, I'm not saying I'm a good person. I'm saying I am a challenge beliefs person. I quickly do this in my head. Now, if you want to say I'm good, so be it. But that ain't what I'm doing. I am very practiced at this. Very, very. Because the moment Tracy frustrates me, I immediately go, okay, something wrong with me. Let me work it out. Does Tracy always disrespect me? Of course not. You get what I'm saying? You can't say she always disrespectful. Did y'all have sex yesterday? Did you enjoy it? Well, she ain't always disrespectful then. Was y'all doing the do and she was cussing you out in a bad way? Because cussing you out in a good way is, there's a proper time for that. You understand? Some of y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Y'all sex life is boring, but there's a proper time to cuss your significant other out that I shouldn't be talking about right now. Anyway, video. Okay. Y'all not feel like this video, just so we're clear. So get ready. Get ready. And Deanna, you made a good decision talking about play the other video first. Because if I had to play this one, good God Almighty.
Wonderful women, and the dating pool is absolutely brutal for them.
What are these men looking for?
It is entirely unclear to me that it's like, why are there men not jumping to want to date them? So,
well, Alicia, those are not bizarre and unrealistic expectations, because reality is that ultimately men want to build a family, okay? And most men don't want to be with an accomplished and educated woman because those women are entitled, demanding, and a pain to deal with. Even different studies would tell you that that's the case. So most of your accomplished and educated friends are very likely to end up with a cat instead of a family, just like Whoopi.
Let me tell you, I watched that video. I don't know how many times, and he
They
had me.
hate that man. They
And
hate that man.
Was he actually there? Because he looks like
yes,
He
no,
looked like he wasn't
actually
there.
there. He's
No.
actually there, but not only
He's
that,
there.
it's
Hey, Whoopi looked like she was gonna punch her right when he said
He's
it.
stupid.
he had
Okay.
like the facial, but he was just so blunt with it. It was like, oh my God.
Okay, there's a lot there. I told you we're gonna like the video. Remember, we're challenging your thoughts. I am not proving any points.
Last would have been over had you started with that one.
I gave him a choice. I gave him a choice. I would have never got to the second video, Grace, had I started with that. Okay.
Oh no, not at all.
Lord, Edith said she got 14 cats. Okay, Dion, you ready? Look, you got to turn. Dion that gave us the old black lady. Child, I'm not
Mhm. I was like, Whoopi. You see Whoopi? Whoopi said,
You're not gonna like this. There's a lot of truth in what he said.
Oh no, I there is a lot of truth.
There's a lot
When
of truth
he
in
said what he said about, you know, the type of women that they are absolutely that. I totally agree.
Okay.
But to then take Whoopi and throw her under the bus like that was
That
just,
was tough. That was tough.
you know,
That
that's
was
where
tough.
I'm like, all right,
That
I
was
got you
tough.
back, Whoopi.
That was tough. That was tough for sure. Grace, oh no, you wouldn't hear Grace. Well, you was on the phone. Hold on. I'm gonna repost these 4 questions that the class started off with. Is it okay to build a man? Is it okay to financially support a man? We didn't go to the comments yet. And can a woman be can a woman be married, highly successful, and intelligent? As we on the second video. And does that woman get married being highly intelligent and successful? All right. There is so much here, and I'm so glad it's like 30 minutes left in the class because I get to run out of here without getting stoned to death. There's so much here. We do have to deal with 3 things here. We have to deal with what you think about what was said in each video. That's the first thing you have to think. Don't rush to society. Don't rush to whatever. Just know whatever you feel about that video that just played, you brought it to this conversation. You did not just make it up when you heard. I need you to you are reacting. You're not thinking. That is vitally important. It is vitally important that here's the deal. I'm not telling you you're wrong. I'm not saying, see, when I say that, Grace, people are like, reacting, but I didn't say your reactions are wrong. I just need you to get that they are reactions and they may not be your thoughts. They may not be your thoughts. They may be your reaction. I'll give you a great example of this that is going to go over some of y'all heads, but it is what it is. The Supreme Court has had a hell of a day today. One hell of a day. I mean, sheesh. One heck of a day. And
I'm sorry, can you catch me up? I saw y'all put that in line there, but I didn't understand because I've been on the road.
I'll end with that. It's too much there. It's too much. Just know that something Mayor, her last 7 words are very, very powerful in her dissension. But anyway, we have to figure out so much. I should have opened that tree up, Grace. I shouldn't open that. I shouldn't open that lane up. We'll come back to it though. Your reactions are more than likely not your thoughts. They are there 8 years old, 9 years old, life, as you do your community thoughts, they're your mother's thoughts, they're your worldview's thoughts, but have you actually challenged them? So we know in a real sense they are your thoughts because you're doing them, but have you challenged them, Antonio? Have you really thought about why you get mad when somebody cheat on you? Because I did. And it took a woman, I was doing marriage counseling, and it took another woman she said something, and I went, that is right. And I never knew it until she said it. So I'm going to ask you, how many of y'all despise cheaters? I'm interested. It's not a setup question, okay? Got one over here. Got Tracy. Is there another one that's going to stand with her? Okay, James Jerome. There's Susan. Okay.
Tracy, let's go with you since you're vocal. Why? It's not. It's not a setup. I promise. It's not a setup. Okay, she said, "Let me put my headphones in because my mom over here, and such and such, such and such."
No, I want to hear what your answer was though when you said they.
I'll give you my answer first. But I realize I'm not mad that you cheated. That's first off. I don't care. I don't. It's not the cheating that bothers me. It's the taking away my option to decide if I wanted you to. That pisses me off. You took away my option to see if I even wanted to be in this situation. You didn't even trust me enough to come to me and give me the option. That's what really bothers me. It's the option. You literally care so little about me that you didn't even care if I had an option. Because there's plenty of things I could have did. I could have said, so we cheating. Because there's somebody in my inbox right now, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to you. So we both doing it, but how many times you doing it? How many times we doing it in a week? I could have had that option. Well, I'll spare y'all some of the other details that I could think of in my head, but it's the option that you took away from me. So you didn't even want to have a conversation with me that tells me that you give a damn and I gave you this many years and I can't even get, hey, I'm thinking about this. We could have talked about it. Something. That's what bothers me. I'm not telling y'all to agree with me because we ain't talking about you. Tracy said, I want to hear what you was going to say. We talking about me. And according to law of allowing, what I say that fits me is good and perfect and holy. It ain't your job to stand in front of it now or ever. No judgment. It's my thoughts for my life. It's the option. It's if me and Tracy are together and she do something. It's not that she did something. It's that she minimized me so much after all I did for her that she didn't even come to me and give me an option out, give me an option to be okay with it, give me, all right, you're gonna do this, give me some rewards or something. Can we do it together? It's so many, it's an infinite possibilities of what could have happened. But I gave you all of me, and you can't even give me what's wrong with you. That's me. And when this lady I was doing marriage counseling with was like, I ain't even mad that he cheated. I'm mad that he didn't give me the option to see if I was okay with it. And I was like, damn, that's how I feel. And then there you go. So that's my thoughts. Tracy, to you now.
As for me, I feel like not okay. So kind of not with what you said comes back to when you lie about it after you do it. To me, right there, that's where if you gonna do it, and then I ask you about it, at least come back and be honest. Because if you're not honest, then now the honesty is where now I have the choice to decide. Okay, if we're gonna still continue with this, hey, if that's the case, we can have an open relationship, whatever. If we're gonna be cheating, but back to the cheating part. I feel like I attach cheating to caring about the other person. Because for me, if you care about me like you say you care about me, then when that temptation presents itself or when the opportunity presents itself, to me, you care about the relationship to the point where you're going to not do anything to cause there to be to damage the relationship. And you know that doing that could cause the relationship to be damaged because now I've heard men say, well, just because we cheat doesn't mean we don't love you because I can still love you and still cheat because that doesn't take away the love. It doesn't take away the fact that I care. But my whole thinking is if you cared enough, you would have controlled yourself and you would not have done what you did, especially when you know how I feel about it. So that's my point right there.
So Notice that both Tracy and me didn't actually care about the cheating. It's not the cheating that did it. And black folks say it was the principle, is what, if we want to reduce it. It was, for Tracy, it was, but I asked you though, as a grown woman, I came and I asked you. Now you're just gonna lie to my face about it. So you got no respect for me whatsoever. You didn't respect me in action. You're not gonna respect me in person. How we together if you don't respect me? Is what Tracy's saying. For Tracy, is all about respect. Notice, neither me nor Tracy thought about genitals and this and that and how many times y'all did it and what y'all did and where y'all went and how long. We ain't asked none of these questions. We ain't asked none of these questions. How long y'all been? Nope.
And can I add something?
Yeah.
Because to me, when I think about, because a lot of times, like the conversations, what exactly does cheating look like? Is cheating just sex? And I'm thinking, no, it's not just sex. Because for me, I always flip it. I'm like, if it's something that I did with somebody, would you like it and would you appreciate it or would you have a problem with it? Because if you would have a problem with it, then if you have a problem with me doing it, then you should have a problem with you doing it. If you don't want me to do it, then you don't do it either. And it's not it's about, if we're going to be in a relationship, if we say we're in a committed relationship, respecting the relationship enough, because that's what you said you want. And if that's not what you want, then we need to redefine what the relationship looks like.
We both doing it. I mean, because my gym partner real cute. Yeah, I'm saying, tell me something. Jalen got a friend over there. I was like, she slid in my inbox, and I was like, no, baby, I'm faithful. So this what we doing now? Tell me what's up. But y'all get it. So Tracy now doesn't have to get mad at someone cheating on her because now she has her own thoughts. And now, if she is mad and she knows those are her thoughts, now she can cut you off because ain't nothing to think about. She knows her principles and what she's not going to deal with. Y'all just know what I'm not going to deal with, but you never challenge the thoughts. I give you another good example. I know y'all think Deanna is like really nice and innocent, and I know she does a good job, making that. The girl got a hot mouth. You hear me? And daggers come out this mouth. I'm just telling you, she be ready. Then she do what she want. And probably one of the worst things she do is Susan, she'll sit there for 9 months, just let it stew up. And then that 9 months and 2 days, it's scorched the earth time. Forget your dog. Never liked the dog, never liked your mama, didn't like your grandma. I don't like your whole lineage. As a matter of fact, where you from? I don't like that city. Don't like none of it. All of it is dead. Deanna, have I misspoken? Let me know. Please let them know I'm not.
Well, I mean, it's been building up because I've been trying to forget, but you keep bringing up certain subjects that just add on top of it. So it's at some point you done shook the Coke bottle too much, and I be trying to tell you, hey, just chill out with that. Hey, just chill out with that. And when you don't chill out, be like, okay, you ain't understanding. So let me tell you in words that you're gonna understand, and then it comes out.
So according to Deanna, cause and effect, which I have to prove, Susan, she is correct. Because I can't do that. I actually have that in me. I can't do that. She told me leave it alone. She said, just let me calm down. And I didn't let her do that, Deanna. I did not let her do that. But no, we need to talk about it right now. And so, but fine. You want to talk about it? We're going to talk about it the Taurus way.
I'll talk about ego.
Let's talk about it with this fire on it then. All right. So I should have just let her ass be. That's what I should have did. I should have did that, Tracy, for sure. Anyway. And my job is to let all that go. I'll show you again. Dana, on a scale of 1 to 10, how well do you let things go? Did y'all hear the super villain laugh? Did y'all hear the super? It's not even on the scale. Not even on the scale. Did y'all see that?
Yeah, that's exactly. We don't forget anything, and it will come back up. The whole list.
Lord have mercy. Even
Hello,
she say,
if
yep,
Susan
yep,
agree with me,
exactly.
then I know I'm right.
Okay. So now that we got that understood, Tracy, that the other ain't letting nothing go. Okay. She saying it ain't even on the scale. We need a scale to 1 million. Is it on the 1 million scale?
No, it ain't that bad. I give, on a scale of 1 to 100, it's about a 75.
I don't agree with 75. I still think it's at 100. Anywho,
Maybe. You could be right. You could possibly.
according to you, don't make me look good. How well do I let things go?
Give you on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give you about a 9.
A
In
9 is
regards-
let go.
yeah.
Okay, there you go. I got a 9. There you go. So I got a
9
9.
out of what?
She said out of 10. She said out of 10. 9
10?
out of 10.
Okay.
9 out of 10. And how quickly do I let things go, Deanna?
Wait. You let it go quickly, but you gotta talk about it then. But you let it go pretty quick.
Well, yeah, if there's something that we need to talk about, we can talk about it. Let's talk about it so we can commit. So, because I'm trying to figure out something, right? Not a problem. So I let it go quickly.
You do let it go pretty quickly.
And all I'm trying to tell me and Tracy and anybody listening, one of y'all got to be able to do that.
Oh Lord, because it ain't me.
No, she didn't sign up for it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And
I don't.
yes, she didn't sign up for it or nothing. This is not about. Everybody say I'm not. So that means that, and you don't. Here's the deal. I doubt Tracy is. That means Tracy is not supposed to pick another Tracy. This is the point. We're not talking about Antonio's a good person. I keep telling you, just because I do these things don't mean I'm a good person. We're not talking about good. That's what your brain hears. Your brain hears how I'm so perfect. That's not what I'm saying. My brain's saying I am gifted at being in harmony. She is not. It makes sense. I got more friends than her. just makes sense.
I can count all my friends in one hand, and I'll be okay with that. Because them friends know the deepest, darkest, and they just they be right there with me. They be like, "Do you crazy?" But you know what? You my crazy, so I can deal with that.
If you want to challenge your thoughts, go through this paper over and over. If you cannot, then don't. Well, you got to learn it anyway. But if you're dating, then you better find somebody who challenges their thoughts immediately. One of y'all need to master this. You can't have two people with swords sleeping in the same bed. Somebody got to put the sword in the closet. You have cut up thighs. Just your whole elbow will get cut off as soon as you roll over. You just can't. Go ahead, Tracy.
Question.
Mhm.
And do you, so it's obvious you the one that lets things go most of the time, right?
She
So,
can't.
so, but then the question with that is, so as for guys, like a lot of the women are like, we don't let things go. Do you get, not do you get tired of letting things go, but like, how long do y'all go on letting stuff go before you can't let stuff go anymore? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the breaking point?
That's a good question. I don't think I'm qualified to answer this question. I think it's a Deanna question because I don't have this problem, to be honest with you.
So he don't have a problem for the very reason we keep joking about. He don't have that problem because once it's talked about and how he and his feelings about, not feelings, but he's heard, he lets it go. For me, I am learning. It's not my battle. So I can get hit with something multiple times. And I'm still in practice, whereas for him, it's like first nature for him now. I'm still in practice. So I can get hit by something a few times, but I've started going to him about it now. And the stuff I get hit with, it ain't even about him anymore, because we just don't have a problem no more, because it's not my battle. And he's a harmony person, but I get to a point where, okay, I'm gonna let that go. That's not my battle. I'm gonna let that go. That's not my battle. But at some point, I'm gonna be like, okay, you are not my battle. So I'm going to let you go.
Yeah, see, I don't have this. I don't have this problem at all. So you definitely answered the question. We need to now discover why I don't have this problem, though. This is what I was thinking about. Like, how did I get to the point where I don't have this problem? Because this girl make the same mistakes over and over, the same ones, the
But
absolute same
Antonio,
ones. Mhm.
didn't you say that when you don't let that stuff go, it messes with your money?
Oh, absolutely. So this is
See, so you
yeah,
got a greater goal to achieve than to
yes,
be
facts.
extra weight that's going to interfere with your success. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna let it go and some other stuff go because I gotta focus in on what I want to achieve. Duh.
yeah. There's
It's not
there's there's
personal.
there's something here, Jerome. There's something. And Tracy, you asked. I wish you would ask this at the beginning of the class. We could have had the whole class about this. I might make this on Thursday. This is so good what you just asked, because I knew immediately a question was for her, because I don't have this problem. Again, it's not about being good. I just never let it get to me, and I'm trying to figure out. I know why, but I don't know how to communicate it. So I'm going to try my best. I'm going to try my best. I've never said this out loud before. I don't care about what you're doing, even if it's to me, because I genuinely believe everything is perfect. That's not a slogan that I have. It's not a slogan. It is literally my number one core belief that what you're down a shake of the head. No, like what you go ahead.
No. What I'm saying, when you say, because I truly don't care,
I don't.
I'm shaking my head. No, you don't. And I can vouch for it. I can vouch for what you're saying, because even when I do stuff that irritate you, you actually break down to me why you didn't let it get to you, because you be like, well, you said this and you did this morning, but if you hadn't done this, I wouldn't have done this and we wouldn't have got this.
That's okay then. So you bring up something else that we just had that conversation not too long ago. You bring up something
Exactly.
else that's in my head, because I'm always thinking things are working out for me. I'm always, it's just like, I don't want y'all, it's two things I don't want you to do. I don't want you to use me as an excuse not to be great, because that's typically what people do feel. They go, I mean, that's Antonio. I can't do that. Yes, you can. So don't use me as an excuse not to be great. Y'all do Jesus like that. Only Jesus was perfect, but Jesus said, be ye perfect. Well, okay. All right. So just so we're clear, that's number one. Don't use my excuse not to be great, but I don't want you to think I'm a good person. I am a very wicked person with my wickedness under voluntary control, which by theological defect or default makes me a good person. I account for my wickedness, know that I can be wicked, and I don't do that. That's what makes me. Being good is not the absence of wicked. It is to control your wicked. That's what good is. Okay, don't do that. Do not do that. I'm not a good person. I'm a very wicked person for sure. There's no doubt about it. There's many times I told the other one time, I just want to kill you. I just want to kill you. Like let it go all the way to heaven, Susan. Then bring it back. See, told you I wasn't playing with you. See, I told you. Told you. All right. I just wanted to know. I told you I kill you. Right. just to do it. Okay. Just so she know, Grace. I told you I was playing. I wasn't playing with you, right?
If you need to, I'm so
I told her that one time.
you
Dead
do
serious.
that, so you know I ain't playing with you.
Dead serious. I want you to know I wasn't playing with you. I don't care. I don't know what positive words to say there. It's because I just expect that this is working out for me. So there's something that you're doing that is going to lead me to something great. I'm just automatically assuming this. as it's happening. I think that is the most accurate way that I can relay that. I've never thought about it before until you just asked, because I've never been in a situation to where I've got the freckled one who is like, she gangster. She is everything y'all think I am. She is. She is. That's not me. It's not me. She she the one that don't be forgiving y'all and all that stuff. Not she. I didn't even know we had a problem with somebody until last week. And I was like, no, you gotta let that person make it. Nope, that person, you can't do that. You gotta let that person make it. And she was like, nope, still not. But for my dad, though. Okay. And I knew she was lying. She was just telling me that so I could feel better. So I could feel better.
Exact words were, hold off.
Please
As long
hold
as
on.
you can.
That's what I said. Just hold off because I knew she wouldn't. I knew she was lying. So I said, all right, just hold off as long as you can for me. She was like, okay, I could do that.
I
I
can
could
do
do
that.
that. But I have no idea how long. She probably already unheld off, and I don't know nothing about it. But that's
I
okay.
did.
I expect an alpha woman to be an alpha woman. Okay. I don't try to change this. I don't try to change this part. Tracy, I don't let things get to me because I just believe no. I expect things are for me. I think that drives most, if not all, of my behavior. I know that sounds like some motivational speech. I know it sounds like bull jive. I get it, but it's not. It's not. It's 100%. I genuinely walk and stay in that area of my life. And it filters over. Remember, how you do anything is how you do everything. So it filters over into the relationship. It filters over to everything. So I want to end almost on time, maybe 5 minutes over. I want to end with a few things. Everything, these sheets are very important. I want to focus on Tracy and everybody like Tracy. I want to focus on Deanna and everybody like Deanna. I want to focus on Grace and everybody like Grace. And I want to focus on Dion and everybody like Dion. That covers pretty much the whole thing. If you like Tracy, you are saying, doing, or something that I really want this. But I also don't want no more bullshit in my life either. Tracy, did I? Okay, there you go. Then she gave me a thumbs up. All right, then I'm willing to do whatever it takes. But I also don't want this bullshit all up in my life either, because I don't want nobody. I ain't trying to take advantage of nobody. I don't mind being taken advantage of if it's with the right person. But I just don't want this bull job all around. It just got to go. I just, at this point, I'm too old for toxicity, is what Tracy's saying. I'm too old for that. This is what Tracy's saying. So if you fit in that area, then two things you need to do. If you know you're not going to change, you need to pick the changed version of you. Stop trying to pick the opposite. Start picking a changed version. And there's a scientific way to do this. You need to account for your arousal before you account for your attraction. Let me explain. Tracy, stop trying to fix the you in someone else. Fair enough. Tracy is going to have to pick the mate, black, white, Jew, Gentile, male, female. She going to have to pick the mate that arouses her. We're not talking about attraction, because here's the problem with this. Whatever you like is what you like. That's arousal. That is a biological, chemical reaction in Tracy's body that she cannot stop, no matter how much she wants to stop. That's the whole point of arousal. It is there for that reason. Once she knows what arouses her, could be a man with confidence, could be masculine energy, can be whatever that is. But once it could be dark skin, it could be whatever that works. For Deanna, she likes masculine energy. Once you get aroused, now your job now is to start building attraction around that arousal. When Tracy identifies what arouses her, she can now go, okay, now that I know what I like on a carnal level, on an animalistic level, because you're not gonna be faithful to somebody that ain't gonna arouse you. And if you are favored, you ain't gonna enjoy your life. You gonna always be looking like, girl, I should have been with Delbert. Stuff Delbert can do, I'm telling you.
Wait, who?
Child, I don't know
Delbert.
nobody
Is that
named
what you
Delbert.
said, Delbert?
I don't know nobody named Delbert.
We got new names popping up.
I don't know nobody named Delbert. Okay. You pick that arouser, then you go to the attraction. Now Tracy needs to go, okay. So I'm going to be now attracted to this arousalness. I'm going to pick this person. So Tracy goes, okay, I like the way Antonio act with Deanna. So I'm gonna find that person, but with what arouses me. And you start going to look for Denzel Washington or whatever the hell she likes. I don't know what she likes, but you know what I'm saying? Whatever she likes, you go look for that and what arouses you. Problem solved. What I just did is I fixed your picker because it's clearly broken. If you like Tracy, okay. But I also made you stand on your alphaness and what you want. Because alpha women y'all always think, and it's actually our fault. Y'all think you got to compromise to get what you want. No, you don't. You just got to pick a man that ain't gonna make you compromise, assuming it's a man that you want. Don't need you to compromise. I just need to fall on the soft place. If Deanna wants that soft place to be a millionaire and she flipping all this money, so be it. If she wants that to be barefoot in the kitchen, so be it. Barefoot eating bonbons, so be it. I don't care.
Ooh, barefoot on the island.
I don't care. I just want, Tracy, I can't stress this enough. I just want, when I come home to you, you all up under me. I don't mean that only as in all up under me. Please have your own space. But I mean, I need something for me. Because I did this all day for the Lord, for the world, for this. I need something for me. That's a non-negotiable for me. If I come home and I don't feel like it's for me, I don't want nothing to do with it. And this is so important. This is so important for alpha women to get this. I want to spend this along with Tracy and anybody like Tracy. Because as an alpha woman, y'all stop getting stuff for you. You do stuff for you, but you stop getting stuff for you. It's what made you an alpha in the first place. It's what made you alpha in the first place. And I need you to stand on. I need Tracy to stand on. If she like a physically fit person, damn it, that's what you like. Don't let nobody tell you that that's wrong. Whatever arouses you is what you need to stand on. Because you're only going to be happy when you're in total control of your own arousal, of only your own arousal. Until you're in control of that, you're not going to be happy. I've made you compromise. After that, you build a man on top of that. You build a man on top of that. If Tracy wants to be in control, she needs to find a man. If Tracy is aroused about control, she needs to find somebody that's going to let her be in control. Don't bother me. You run this whole house. I don't care. Don't bother me one bit. The only time I'm gonna say something, I'm act like Essie Sanders. Now, Marianne, I said, you know. You know when you
put it out there.
Nah, I said this here now. I got dog it. We ain't doing this right here. We ain't doing that one. Go on over there somewhere else and go run it. Okay, that's Tracy. Grace. For those of you who are fearful, you know who you are. Okay. This is not about being fearful. It's about picking somebody that doesn't make you afraid. Your job is to know what you don't like about you. Listen, fearful people, and don't change it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. If you were born fearful like Ina and like Grace, if you were born this way, and no matter what you do, you can't change it, I got news for you. That's not a flaw. Quit letting such a rude world tell you being afraid is a flaw. You know what it actually is? It's a sign of a star child.
That's a superpower.
That's all it is. It's a sign of someone highly ascended, and you have to be allergic to something. And according to third density, you are allergic and fear is your reaction. Guess what? Be okay with that. You're going to die afraid. Your job is to find a mate that makes you feel brave. For somebody that made sense. I just relieved you. Just relieved you. Y'all keep trying to change your vibration. It's a man out here looking for a woman like you. So go ahead and be strong then. And go and get that man you don't want. It's up to you. It's up to you.
Amir said facts.
It is facts. It is fact. It is fact. I like smart ass Tracy's and Deanna's. I like that shit. I like all that hot mouth Dion. You know what I'm saying? I need a challenge. You understand? I need somebody to talk back to me. You understand? Just make sure you, when them doors close, you talk back to in there too. You understand? You make sure you do that too. You understand? I need both ways. Don't just be quiet in here, not Tracy. I need both ways. You understand? This is me. I like all alpha. Who else did I say? Grace. I said Grace. I said Dion. If you got to the point where you think, okay, I'm finally getting it now. Take it out of getting and just know that you don't need to learn nothing else.
Huh.
You don't need to learn nothing else. You were born with all the lessons you ever need to know. And it's time to pick you a mate that doesn't feel the need to fix you.
Ooh, Lord.
And
I feel like you just read my whole star chart.
And right there, you'll get that man. Somebody like Dion, they're looking for a man that can pour into them, that can teach them. That's right. That means they're naturally good at that. That's not someone that thinks you're broken and needs to teach you. They're just a teacher by
totally
nature.
Different.
Those are two totally different things.
True.
Those are two totally different things. All right, so I got to end y'all. Here's what I know. Grace, give me 4 minutes. I know that we make like life difficult. Who is we? Whatever definition you want to put on we, roll with that one. Life is not meant to be difficult, but ascension is. You came here to either save the world, depending on your level of ascension, or to raise the collective consciousness. That's what I'm calling save the world. Or to burn off your karma you didn't do last time. This is why I'm teaching y'all the free will determinism that Tracy loves so much on Thursdays. I want to make this so easy for you that if you want a husband, you're gonna find one tomorrow. I just want to make it easy for you. You already found one. Here's what I know. I know this like I know it, like I know it. You got free will, but you've already used it. The thing you want the most is already here. Let that take pressure off of you and just know it is working out for you. Don't take it as some scripture because y'all don't listen to those. You don't believe in them. You don't listen to them. You use them to your advantage, you get you some alcohol, the Lord said, drink ye all of it. You use them to your advantage, you do stuff like that because I do it. I understand. You do stuff like that. You already won. Does Jalen need to be better? No. Jalen already is. And there's a vibration out there that is looking for Jalen's vibration. So Deanna helped me realize something a long time ago. She hasn't called me this in a long time. Shame on her. Shame on her. She loses points. She loses 1,000 points for this. But a long time ago, she used to say this. And I was like, man, that's so dope. She used to call me her favorite frequency. And it had this effect on me. I never, ever took that lightly. And I got it though. I never thought about it that way. She sent out all these frequencies in the world, not just like people. I mean, all sorts of frequencies. You are the very favorite one. You are my frequency. And that, my friends, is what you're looking for. But until you become your own favorite frequency, and until you challenge those thoughts, that's other people's frequencies passing off as yours, all them reactions you got, them ain't yours. Tracy just sat up here and told y'all why she don't like cheaters. And it had nothing to do with putting the little wee wee in the little box. They had nothing to do with that. What Tracy should have said is, I don't like liars, is what she should have said. I don't like liars, is what she should have said. She said, I can't stand that either. If you cheat, you're going to lie. You lie, you're going to cheat. That's what she said. Now that we know what Tracy really thinks, that's a problem. That's her thoughts. Should Tracy change her thoughts when she feel like it? And if she don't, she ain't feel like it. It's that simple. Don't let nobody tell you all this other crazy stuff. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is in real time, when Dion gets upset with Antonio, she need to go, what made me upset? And then go through all this. So your homework is, you're going to print out this one today. Screenshot it or print it out. That's what I want y'all to do. I want you to screenshot and print it out. And I want it to become your Bible. For the next 365 days, I want you to read this sheet more than you read your Bible. And that's not offensive, because you read your Facebook timeline more than you read your Bible. You read your bank account statement more than you read your Bible. There's a lot of things you read more than you read your Bible. I didn't say
you. I don't like you.
Right? I didn't say put it over your Bible. I just said you would be a far better Christian when you challenging your own thoughts. It's a whole lot of rude religious people out there. Broken. God don't need no more. Let that number just get minus with you. Okay? God don't need no more. God don't need another broke Christian or Muslim. It's enough. It's enough out there. Somebody got to be a disciple. Inner discipleship on you. You can't stay broken. Somebody got to show me how good God is, and I can't see it when you're broken. Tony O.T. Smith Jr., you can plant better. You can dominate. Love everybody. Thank you so much.
Love you more.
Yeah,
love you more.
Love you more. I heard that. D, I was like, love you more. I hate this class.
See you tonight.
See you tonight. I love him, though. I hate this class. This stupid class. All right, y'all.
We'll see y'all tonight.
Good night.